Hi, this is Faith and Literacy, and welcome to part 2 in a series that I'm calling Building the Foundation for Reading Success. In part 1, I talked about how critical it is, especially in school-age children in preschool and first grade, to really lay down the foundation for reading. But we know that reading begins with children at home way before preschool, and it extends after first grade. I talked a little bit about in the first video the science of reading and how it relates to the skills like phonological awareness, phonemic awareness, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. Now, in each of these next series of videos, I'm going to be breaking down what that is, as well as some activities and games that you can do with your children and students in preschool, kindergarten, and first grade. I'm also going to be introducing the order at which you should be introducing these skills. In this video, I'm going to be focusing on phonological awareness. So, parents, homeschooling educators, classroom teachers, and specialists, don't go anywhere. Let's look at phonological awareness, the foundation of reading. Now, phonological awareness is the ability to recognize and manipulate sounds in a spoken language. It is a broad skill that includes recognizing words, right? Counting words in sentences, syllables, and onset and rhyme. And all of these are a precursor to phonemic awareness, which I'll be talking about in my next video. Now, I want to break down some of this vocabulary before I start talking about some activities. Now, syllables. What's a syllable? Well, a syllable is the vowel sound that you hear in a word. It's not how many actual vowels are in the word, because we know in certain situations that there are vowels that can be silent. These do not count as syllables. It's only the vowels that you can hear. We know that there are 5 main vowels, A, E, I, O, and U, and these vowels make 2 sounds, a long sound and a short sound. Long vowels are easy because long vowels say their name. So long A, E, I, O, and U is exactly that. It says A, E, I, O, and U. Short vowels say its sound. So a short A says ah. A short E says eh. A short I says eh. A short O says ah. And a short U says And we want to teach children to hear those short and long sounds in words. Now, for each vowel sound that they hear, that equals 1 syllable. So if I have the word bake, for example, B-A-K-E, what do we hear? B-A-K. We do not hear that E at the end. It is silent. So we only hear that 1 vowel, the long A sound. So because we only hear 1 vowel, that means there's only 1 syllable, bake. Now, onset and rhyme, what does that mean? Onset is the beginning sound in a word, and rhyme is basically the rest of the sound. It is a chunk. So if I take my example of bake again, the onset is the B. That's the beginning sound of that word. The rhyme, R-I-M-E, is that chunk that's at the end, ache, A-K-E. So when I'm teaching children how to listen for sound and break sounds down, and they're not yet at the level to break down each phoneme, that comes later, we're going to be practicing listening for sound and breaking it down with onset and rhyme, the beginning sound plus the chunk at the end. So for bake, that's B, ache, B, ache, B, ache, bake. So you want to do activities that's going to help your children and students to practice these skills. So here are some activities that you can do with students that are in pre-K. One activity is rhyming games. You want to encourage students to identify as well as create rhymes. You can use picture cards or actual objects and play a rhyme time game where children can find objects that rhyme with each other. They can look around the house, they can look around the classroom and bring 2 objects that rhyme. Or you can show them an object and have them search for something that rhymes with that object. Or you can use picture cards and you can show them a picture of an object. You're going to say the word and you're going to give them maybe 2 to 3 other options, other picture cards, and they need to pick out the picture card that rhymes. Now, you know that Faith and Literacy has you covered. So if you go to faithandliteracy.com and you go to Rhyme Time Activities, this resource is going to help to reinforce that skill of identifying and creating rhymes. So go to faithandliteracy.com and check it out. Now, another activity that you can do for preschool students are syllable clapping. You want to teach children to clap out syllables in words. Now, they can clap it out, tap it out, like on a table or their laps. They can stomp it out or snap it out. So there are different ways that you can count out your syllables besides clapping. But I'm going to give you the example of clapping out your syllables. Now, when you're teaching children to break down words into syllables and to listen for how many syllables, start with things that are familiar with them, like their names. Start with their names. So if their name is Tom, Tom. Have them repeat after you. Tom. Clapping, tapping, snapping, or stomping that syllable pattern, right? If their name is longer, like Susan or Emily, right? Have them repeat after you and clap out their syllables. Then you want to move on to familiar objects or animals and have them practice listening for the syllables and clapping them out. Now, once again, you know that Faith and Literacy has your back. You can go to Faith and Literacy and look at the All About the Syllables resource, and it's going to help reinforce this skill for your child or student. Now, other skills that you want to reinforce are sound sorting, alliteration activities, as well as even going on listening walks where the kids are walking around just listening for sounds. This will help them to listen for sounds in words as well. Now, once they have been taught these activities and these skills in kindergarten and first grade, another skill that you can teach them is phoneme isolation. A phoneme is the individual sound in a word. So you want to help children to identify these individual sounds. You want to start with beginning sounds first, and then gradually have them to listen for middle sounds or medial sounds and ending sounds. So for example, in the word cat, you're going to break that sound apart. K, a, t. Those are the phonemes in the word. Now, other activities would be blending sounds, segmenting, sound substitution, or phoneme matching. Again, you want to start simple and then gradually build upon more complex skills. Go to Faith and Literacy for all these resource activities that will help your child reinforce these skills. Well, I hope this was helpful. Stay tuned for the next part where I get into some activities about phoneme awareness. I'll catch you later.